Hey, we are back with another installation of MTC. Hopefully, y'all get the notifications. Um, and on this channel, the Packers Back channel, MTC with Bmac and Cage, we talk about the greatest football team in American sports history, the Green Bay Packers. Um, it's a lot going on in sports. Um, these last couple of weeks, just all around sports, MLB, basketball, football. The news cycle is never over. It's 24 hours a day, 365 a year. So how you been, BMAC? It's been a minute since we touched down and did a live MTC. What's it been like? Almost 5 weeks? I think the last time we did one.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah, yeah. I think the last time was when uh OTA started, right, a few weeks ago. So I think since then,
yeah, we talked about the schedule and all that good stuff.
yeah, the schedule, yeah. So I think so it's been about like 3 4 weeks since we last spoke. I saw you live with Vegas on Thursday. Shout out to Vegas.
Oh
You
yeah, shout out
know, um,
to fan in Vegas, man.
yeah, support his channel. Same thing with Big Nate. That they got their outlaws going on. So yeah, so I will be checking them out, and I'm making my own content pretty soon.
There
So
we go, B Mac.
yeah,
There we go,
I'm
B
gonna be
Mac.
I'm getting back to making my own Packer content pretty soon. So check that out. Uh,
Raise the
this
shot. Gotta raise the shot for that.
Yeah. So go to Bernard Nixon, but I'm gonna change my name to BMAC now because that's officially my new name now, BMAC.
Yo,
So,
yo, man.
uh, the BMAC Pack Show, or I gotta make up
All
a
right,
name.
all
So
right. Okay, there we go. There we go. Come on,
yeah,
give it up for Bernard, man. Give it up.
yeah,
And we've
yeah,
been trying to pull this man's teeth to make some content. He did
uh,
has content on his channel. You go look at his channel now.
yeah,
He has some content up there, so he has been putting in some work. But now, hopefully, we get more consistency out of him this year, and I know we will, man. Good
yeah,
and good shit, man.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad to hear that.
BMAC Cheese or something like that. Something like that. Um,
Yeah, man. We're gonna be tuning in. Don't worry about that. We're gonna be tuning.
yeah. Yeah, so but yeah, man, nothing much. We got mandatory mini camp. It's
Oh yeah.
coming up tomorrow. So we're gonna see what the Packers are gonna be doing. It's gonna be a lot of insight, practice. I think the first time they start in pads. So I think we're gonna hear from Jordan Love. I think we're gonna hear from Matt LaFleur too. They're gonna be doing the interviews. I think so. We're gonna hear what they say, and so I'm looking forward to that. And then after that, we got a break. Uh, and then July, mid July, end of July, training camp starts. So that's when we get back to football season. So it's coming up, man. It's quick. We in June already, man. It's quick.
Oh man, the season is right around the corner. Um, Teams are trying to get themselves together, making
Yeah,
sure that they prepare to go out here and play a whole nother season of football. You know, um, yeah, man, mini camp is right here knocking at the door. Um, you know, we just want the best outcome for these guys in mini camp. As long as they learning something, staying healthy, getting prepared, and not only that, getting better at their crafts. Um, and of course, there's going to be a lot of battles going on out there as far as who's going to be, the starter on the roster when September hits. Um, but I think what we got, all of the secondary pieces, the wide receiver pieces, I think it's a good problem to have, man.
yeah. It is. So we just gotta hope it all come together. But before we get into the Packers stuff and what's going on and all that stuff, I wanna
Maybe.
I want to address something. It's something that really bothered me, and everybody, of course, everybody's talking about it. Some people agree. So I mean, it really, really, really like irks me. We all know, uh, second year player C.J. Stroud was on a podcast with Gilly the Kid, and I thought it was dumb, a dumb podcast, but they were on it talking, all that stuff. And of course, CJ Stroud brought up the Eli Manning thing. Now, I'm not going to get into that. A lot of people was talking about that. I know you in Vegas broke that down. So I'm not going to get into that. We can debate about which career you rather have. Well, I stand, um, but then he said, and then he brought up Matt Stafford, and he was praising Matt Stafford, which I don't have a problem with. You know what I mean? He was talking about how a big fan he is of Matt Stafford's game and all that stuff with the no look pass and all that stuff, and then he unnecessarily took a, I don't want to say a swipe, but took a knife stab at Rogers, saying that if Matt Stafford, if you give Matt Stafford a chance with the Packers doing Rogers' career, like Rogers did, Matt Stafford would have 3 or 4 Super Bowls, and that really, really rubbed me the wrong way. And when he said that, I was like, "You act like so." You saying that Matthew Stafford is a hands down a better quarterback than Rodgers, and you saying that Matt like Rodgers had like an all star cast during those years, during his tenure, and and the thing that bothers me, like, and I know Aaron Nagler addressed that too on his channel, Cheesehead TV. I saw that, but and he was really upset too. But he said that I don't get that now. Matthew Stafford is everybody's golden child since he won that Super Bowl with the Rams. Like, I get it, you
The
know.
bowl, that's what he won, the pandemic bowl.
Yeah, like I get it. Like, no, Matthew Stafford is underrated. I do think, and I'm not gonna kill him. I do think he does get overlooked sometimes, but it's just shockingly that a guy that who was in Detroit, right, and people coddled him and saying, "Oh, And don't get me wrong, Detroit was bad. You know what I mean, as
Right.
an organization, but they act like Matt Stafford was like a prisoner during his whole career in Detroit. It's like I did watch, like I did play very closely to the Lions teams during the Rogers era, and it's not like Matt Stafford had scrubs. Like, Matt Stafford had some solid rosters.
Yeah.
Like, he had like a Hall of Famer Calvin Johnson, who he had Ndamukong Suh, who was a solid defensive guy. He had a couple of solid players. And that year, what, 2014, they have like the number 5 defense and they made to the playoffs, and they came up short against the Cowboys, and then there was another time they made the playoffs and they lost to Seattle. And I just don't understand that now, Matthew Stafford, who went from this beat up, oh, he's a bum quarterback in Detroit, now gets to the Rams, wins the Super Bowl, and now everybody thinks, oh, you put him in this situation. He could have had 5. He could have had 6. He could have had 7. Like, I can tell you this: the 2016 team, right? The run the table year.
Yeah.
When Rogers said that, he said that that I think we can run to the table. We were 4-6, and he dragged that team to the NFC Championship game. And he was our leading rusher too that year. With Ty Montgomery, wasn't he was our running back, but he wasn't technically he was a wide receiver. We
Right.
moved him to running back. Would Matthew Stafford would have dragged that team to the NFC Championship game that year? I don't think so. Now, a lot of people think he could, but I just think that, and some people actually agreed what he said about that.
Um, like I said on Vegas's uh channel, you know, you have to look at the environment that CJ Stroud was in. He was on the silly environment with on a silly podcast show, you know, talking silly football. To me, I think CJ got caught up in the moment on the I wouldn't say he disrespected the Aaron Rodgers by saying that Matt Stafford would have won more Super Bowls. I think he disrespected not only Aaron Rodgers, but I think he disrespected the Packers organization by saying that he would have won more. Stafford would have won more Super Bowls if he would have been in Aaron Rodgers' shoes. Even AI said that the Packers did Aaron Rodgers a disservice with his career in Green Bay.
Who's AI?
Artificial intelligence, AI said it. Uh,
Oh.
Put up Aaron Rodgers' career in Green Bay. Now I'm not. I'm just putting that out there for the people that put their beliefs in AI. I don't believe in AI. I believe that the Packers and Aaron both were to blame. Rosters weren't better than the teams that we played in against in those NFC championship games. I just think that except for the Seattle game, when we lost to Seattle, I think our roster was way better than theirs at the time. I just think we just dropped the ball late in the game, giving up that bullshit fake field goal for a touchdown, and then the defense getting beat late for them to win the game in overtime with that pass over the top. That shit just irked the hell out of me. But for CJ Stroud to say what he said, I just think that the environment he was in led him to say the things that he said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, holding any scrutiny against him. He gotta play Aaron Rodgers this year anyway. The Texans and the Jets gotta play this year, and it's in New York. I think the game is in New York, so they gotta play. So we'll see what Aaron does once he meets them. But I don't think Matthew Stafford could have won multiple Super Bowls with the Packers. I think he probably would have got to one. But winning multiple Super Bowls with the Packers, I highly doubt it. I mean, you think about the Rams team that he won a Super Bowl with. They had Aaron Donald, they had Jalen Ramsey, they had OBJ, they had Cooper Kupp who just had a great season that year. For a young receiver. Um, they had a great coach in Sean McVay. Um, Yeah, plus, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but it was a COVID year. The NFL didn't want the teams that were hosting the Super Bowl, um, they didn't want two different teams traveling to LA because of, the COVID circumstances. It was better for whatever team that was playing at that stadium in that year at that time during that cycle of pandemic we were going through. It just made sense for whatever team that was in that state or stadium that was the NFL was hosting the Super Bowl. It was just same thing with the Buccaneers. It was just better for that team to be there. You know what I'm saying? So um hey, congratulations to Matt Stafford. He finally got a ring. It wasn't in the NFC North, which I'm happy it didn't happen in. That way we could still be the best team in that division when it comes to winning Super Bowls. But, he got his ring the way that the NFL orchestrated it for him to win his ring. And I'm not taking any credit from him, but CJ Stroud, you haven't done anything. Yes, you did do something. You did do something. You was the rookie of the year. That's a big time achievement. Being a young player, your first year in the NFL, I give you all the credit in the world. You did that. You earned that. But you can't be talking about guys that won the big dance when you ain't won the big dance. You can't be talking about guys who have got to the heights of playoff games to you losing in a what round did he lose in? The divisional round?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're a young quarterback. You got a whole lot of time. You got a whole lot of time right now that could be cut short if some crazy injury happened. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. It's the NFL injuries is unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? So
Look what happened to RG3. You know what I mean? He had a great first year. All people said he's going to be the next thing, and injury, and boom.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
I give him credit for what he's done now. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, showing that he can be an exceptional quarterback. He can
Yeah.
play the game at a high level at that position. You know what I'm saying? I know Vegas might bring up his playoff game, last playoff game he had. It wasn't that spectacular, but the young man did bring the Houston Texans back into the fold of being a playoff team with with a hell of a coach that they got over there. They got what's his name, D'Amico Ryans, hell of
Yeah.
a young coach. They have the defense. They have the defensive rookie over there on their team as well. So they team. It's a bright spot, and um I want to say shame on the NFL for not bringing them the same kind of light that they bring in the Packers. Being a young team, emerging from where we were at last season, losing to the Detroit Lions to try to get a playoff spot, and now
Hmm.
transition from that and
So the Texans won their division, though. I think part of it is that we've been so good with Rodgers too, not too long ago. So the Texans have been pretty bad, like a few years. So of course they're gonna.
I mean, you just look at that whole division, and it's a bad division. I mean, shit, we had the NFL had to live with the Titans getting to the playoffs.
That's true. That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Now that
Yeah.
they are key name, face, and team in that division, the Texans
Hmm.
are the face of that division. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just
Yeah.
think the NFL should give that team a little bit more of the spotlight, just like they gave us. Even though we've always been one of the premier teams in the NFL for a long period of time, starting back to Super Bowl. I mean, even before,
Red off.
even before the Super Bowl, even before we started win, they changed it to Super Bowl from NFL championships. We always,
Oh, Box Star.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we always been a staple, marquee, premier team of the NFL for a long ass time. Um, and the NFL wants it to be that way because of the historic runs that the Green Bay Packers have had. Plus, we are the architect team of winning Super Bowls. I mean, shit, we was the first and second team to go back to back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, we always gonna we always gonna have our shine. We always gonna have our spotlight. But I just think the NFL should have did a little bit more by showcasing CJ Stroud and the Texans as being a young up and coming team. But for what he said, I think he just got caught up in the moment
Mm.
um, with the silly podcast that he was on. I'm not giving him any fault for what he said. I just think that he got caught up in the moment. I don't think he
Yeah.
really meant what he said about Stafford winning 3. Maybe he was taking shots at Jordan Love too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'd have been taking some shots at the current quarterback. I mean, if you're really trying to read in between the lines, but
Mm.
other than that, it's his opinion. I'm not mad at his opinion, but when it comes to the things he said about Aaron Rodgers, I just think he should have showed a little bit more respect to a quarterback that, you know, elevated the game to why these guys are playing like they playing today. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
he got a date with the Jets. That's all I'm gonna say. He got
Rogers got that game circle on his calendar
Oh,
now.
oh yeah, Rogers got that with a circle with an asterisk next to it. He probably got a little sticky face posted of CJ Stroud. He put it right there, like, yeah, man, you got an ass whooping coming, young whippersnapper. So,
Yeah,
if they stay healthy up into that game, um,
yeah.
Stroud, I hope you got a good seat on the sideline so you can see what a back-to-back four-time MVP Super Bowl winning quarterback really knows how to get the job done. So I already got that game circled as the Jets winning. Um,
And he got him too. He got them too.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we're gonna beat them that game. I think we're gonna beat them because I looked at their schedule. They have to go on. I think they got a prime time game, an away game, and then they got to come to Green Bay. So I think they're
Yeah.
gonna win that game. Wouldn't they say why it had to be with the Packers? Why could Stafford? Why could Stafford win a Super Bowl somewhere else or Detroit? I just think Detroit just had bad management at the time when Stafford was there. Uh,
Yeah.
bad executives around the team, bad coaching. They brought in some bad coaching, man. You know what I'm saying? Except I forget who was coaching them. I think it was the what's the black dude name? I think he was the only one that got him the two playoff games.
Oh, oh, I forgot his name, man.
Not his name, man, but it was the black coach. He got him the two playoff games, and then they fired him.
Yeah,
they,
yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't. Stafford kept getting hurt.
yeah. That's true. Yeah,
He's still getting hurt. He's still getting hurt. He was hurt. He got hurt last year
yeah.
and the season before that. So I don't know, man. I think CJ should have did a little bit of homework, or really sat there and he should have thought out his answer before he made his opinion.
I
Should have.
mean, it's like I don't have no problem of him praising Matt Stafford and give him credit and props. Like he can do that, but just
Right?
but just show some respect to Rodgers too. Like don't put Rodgers down at the same time. I feel like he was putting Rodgers down when he said that.
Man, I love this comment from XOXO 2000. I love this comment. CJ's comments are the result of Skip Bayless and Stephen A. constant ring culture talks because no one was disrespecting Favre when he won one ring. They ruined sports talk. They definitely did. They put a lot of pressure on a lot of these what did they used to call them? Prodigy. They used to call them the prodigy. Now they call them the what's the new word that they call them now? They changed it up. They used to call them the young prodigy. Now they call them I forget the name of it, but now they giving these guys big time titles before they even win a title. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron James, the chosen one. They gave him this
Mhm.
big title before he became a champion, even though LeBron James lived up to the expectations of the early bestowed greatness on him before he even got into the NBA. Um, and you starting to kind of see that with these quarterbacks that's coming into the league, like Joe Burrow. They crowned him as like one of the top prospects, guys that's gonna come in here and change the culture of the NFL.
And
And
Joe Burrow can't stay healthy. He
he
got two
couldn't even
season-ending injuries
yeah,
in his in 4 years.
yeah. I mean, he get out there and he can't even throw a damn football. Man, I appreciate this comment by XOXO 2000. Man, that was a great comment, bro. Uh,
And you gotta remember too, Tom Brady ruined everybody's. Like Tom Brady's ruined the way we talk about sports and championships because
oh
he
yeah,
got seven. So
most definitely. I mean, and then Tom Brady had a 10-year gap where he didn't win a championship at all.
yeah, yeah,
And then once
yeah.
he started winning again, that's when all of the ring talk, you ain't shit unless you win a ring. You gotta win a ring. That will solidify your career as being a great player. And
You gotta win two. You gotta win three.
yeah, you gotta win multiple rings to sit at this table. And
Yeah, to be in the GOAT conversation.
man, I thought once you was a champion, you was already in a room full of champions. Why I gotta be another room to walk in? or oh, you ain't got two, so you can't walk through this door. Okay. They act like winning championships in football is easy. It's not.
And Dan Marino is sitting at a lot of people's table, and he's got zero.
They got zero. Man,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I just don't get it. Wouldn't they say
yeah.
CJ Stroud needs to take a chill pill because the joke might be on him? Should put some respect on GOAT Aaron Rodgers. He should have respect. He should have said, no disrespect to Aaron Rodgers. Great player, first ballot Hall of Famer, uh,
Yeah.
a lot of accolades. But if it was me, I would rather have the two rings than, his illustrious career. He just was like, two rings, two rings. But
Well, I think Gilly the kid was really pressuring him because he really hates Aaron Rodgers. Gilly the kid does not like Aaron Rodgers.
oh, of course, I understand that. I understand that. He was he started like going at Aaron Rodgers after I think we lost the NFC Championship game to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I think that's when he really started like talking shit about Rodgers. But at that point in time, during the COVID season when the Buccaneers won,
Hmm.
it's like everybody was talking bad about Aaron Rodgers. It went from the COVID shit to, oh, he only got one ring. Okay. A lot of motherfuckers that y'all said was supposed to be great quarterbacks like Tim Tebow don't got a damn ring. All these quarterbacks y'all pump up don't got no damn rings.
Joe Barrow, and Joe Barrow ends his career with one ring. Then what they're gonna say about him? Like, people are having, him up now. Same thing with Josh Allen. People are always hyping him up, and he finished his career with zero. Are they gonna be saying that?
Exactly, man. I mean, the media has an agenda, and we seen. I talked about the smear campaign against Aaron Rodgers on here. Y'all could go back and cycle through all of the videos I made. It was a smear campaign going on against Aaron Rodgers. I almost lost my channel standing for Aaron Rodgers. Almost lost this channel standing for Aaron Rodgers. I had to get on my hands and knees and crawl and beg YouTube to let me have my channel back.
Because of the COVID.
Yeah, that's what they still going after him for. They still going. Well, it's kind of subsiding. It's kind of dying down now that the tables are being turned politically.
They don't like it because he misled them. That's the only reason they're
Yeah,
doing
that's the
it.
only thing. I mean, he actually didn't mislead him. He just said, "I'm immunized the way I should be immunized, not the way y'all say I should be immunized, but the way I want to be immunized from whatever's going on out there." That's what they mad about, is that he did his own research and did something totally different from what the agenda wanted the people to do. I'm telling you, they were probably hoping Aaron Rodgers said he took the vaccine. And then if he would have took the vaccine, I would have been trashing the shit out of Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't be as hype as I am about him. I'm telling you, I would have been pretty upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of one of the guys. I'm the kind of guy that likes to go against the agenda. I don't agree with all of the bullshit that they trying to push on the people. And I'm not trying to make this political, but we have to, because that's the room that Aaron Rodgers stepped in from the decisions he made about the whole COVID situation.
Well,
And
it seems like sports is getting political now.
yeah,
So
oh yeah, yeah. That's when a light bulb should have went off in everybody's brain when this whole situation started. I mean, dude, NFL players have fake vaccine cards,
Antonio Brown.
but they don't really want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So, I give Aaron a lot of credit for standing up for what he believes in, because I think Aaron probably saved a lot of these NFL players' lives by him going against the grain, stepping up, standing up against the agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Maybe what Gilly and CJ Stroud did was an agenda play against Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was. Maybe it was an agenda play. Who knows? We never know. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy into the silly shit with Gilly. Gilly the kid, I don't take nothing he say serious at all. To me, he's just a failed rapper, but a successful podcaster. That's where I'll leave it at with him. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let me see. Stafford has never been to a consecutive NFC championship game, even with the Rams. Now, how is he better? Hey, he only been a one. Great point again by XOXO 2000, man. He's only been a one.
Drew Brees, all those passing yards, all those
Yeah,
passing records, he
no
got
M-
one.
one ring.
One Super Bowl appearance too.
Yeah, all of that uh uh high completion rating that he had. I think he got I know Phil Simms got the highest one in a Super Bowl at 80%
Yeah,
completion rating, but I think Breeze had one season where he was completing like 70 something percent of his passes.
zero MVPs.
Yeah, wasn't even named uh quarterback of the decade.
Yeah.
Had a job commentating for $100 million. They got rid of him after one season.
Well, I
But
think he said he didn't want to do it because he didn't.
well, it was his wife. His
Oh,
his wife's like, look, man, we gotta raise these boys. They young, they starting to get into middle school, high school. You know what I'm saying? Your kids gotta be more important than flying every week to a different NFL game commentating when you missing family time, especially in the wintertime.
yeah,
Your kids are playing football, your sons might be into some type of sport, they need dad there, especially his daughter. I think she's into some type of sport where he got to be around. So I'm not, bashing Breeze, but like
no.
I said, Tom Breeze, Drew Brees is going to be one of those players where you be like, remember that one quarterback? What's his name? Damn, I can't remember his name. What's his name? He played for the Saints. Oh yeah, Drew Brees. That's what Drew Brees is gonna be. That's how people gonna start thinking about Drew Brees. What's his name again? That one quarterback for the Saints? Derek Carr? No, 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 no. The one that won the Super Bowl, the Bounty Gate dude. Oh, Drew Brees. That's how Drew Brees is gonna be remembered, man. I'm telling you. So all of y'all that out there in that's into football and history and analytics and stats, you know what I'm saying? Drew Brees will never be a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna always stand by that. I don't give a damn. Well, he got the cover of Madden. So what? He had a losing season when he got the cover of Madden. Y'all forget that.
Dan Marino was we take Drew Brees. Oh, Dan Marino. Now that's a conversation
Yeah, that's
that
a conversation for sure. That's a hell of a conversation. That's a hell of a conversation for sure.
I mean, Drew Brees gonna get the ass because he won a Super Bowl. Dan Marino's only knock is that he didn't win a Super Bowl. But people get Dan Marino was putting up video game numbers back then when guys was
True.
doing that. You
True.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because he's the first guy to had to throw for 5,000 yards back then, and guys was throwing for like 200. I mean, no, excuse me, 2,000, 3,000 something yards back then.
Yeah, that's when the running backs were more valuable. You know,
Yeah,
run game was like a must in the NFL at that time. But see, that's something why Dan Marino still to this day gets looked at as one of the great quarterbacks in NFL history is because he revolutionized the game. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
It's all about revolutionizing the game, and Aaron has done that. Aaron has done that. You know what I'm saying? Breeze, yeah, he's did it multiple times. Then Dan Marino throwing for 5,000 yards. It's kind of like the Russell Westbrook effect. Like we know the Big O was the triple double king, and then Russell Westbrook comes in and he does it twice, 2 years in a row. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
All those triple doubles. We've seen it before. We just haven't seen it done on a level like it is today when the rules are changed and you can't
Yeah.
quarterback. It's more of a passing league now than it is a running game. And Dan did it in the era where people was running the ball all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Now I think you said you would take Rogers over Dan Marino, right? If you,
oh yeah. Take Rodgers over Dan Marino.
yeah,
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Rodgers is
yeah,
playing at a high level, carrying this team to I don't know how many damn playoff berths. He's won so many division titles,
yeah.
won four more MVPs than fucking Drew Brees. So
Uh, championship games.
yeah, won championship games, had more of a historic career than Drew Brees. I mean, highest passer rating all time in NFL history. That alone is going to make him a first ballot Hall of Famer. Even though I think Patrick Mahomes can beat that, he came close. Once
Yeah,
I still think I think Patrick Mahomes, once he learns the game and starts to be more of a pocket quarterback instead of running, then I think
yeah,
Mahomes got a huge chance of beating Aaron Rodgers' passer rating. What
yeah.
did Big Nate say? Wilson, Breeze, Johnny Unitas, Flacco won one ring, and they don't get criticized, but it's only Rodgers gets the end of the stick because the media. Um,
Hates the
oh,
fact that he doesn't hold back.
that's true. That's true. And that's one thing I do like about Rodgers is that he's going to speak out. You know what I'm saying? He's made his money. He's won at the highest level. He knows he's going to the Hall of Fame. He knows he's going to the Packers Ring of Honor. They're probably going to retire his, well, not probably, they will retire his number in Green Bay. Um, they'll do the same thing for Eli too. You know, retiring his number in New York. But as far as Hall of Fame, I don't know. It might be a while for Eli to get in, but he will get in because he beat Tom. He beat Tom Brady twice in a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So he'll get in there, but he won't be highly decorated like Aaron Rodgers' career will be once it's said and done. It's interesting how the current 21st century dynasties have come from the AFC. That's true. I might be wrong, but I think the NFC is harder than the AFC. Why is Aaron the why is Aaron the only one called out? That's another great point by XOXO 2000. Well,
Mm,
if you look at the NFC has a lot of talent. A lot of talent. Like if you play fantasy football, majority of the players you're gonna pick on your team. I'll tell you right now, majority of the players I had on my championship winning team this last fantasy football season, um, I had Dak Prescott as my quarterback.
mm,
I had Puka Nakua as my receiver. I had CeeDee Lamb. I had majority NFC players on my team. I had like a
mm,
couple of AFC guys. I had the Jets defense. Um, I had the Miami Dolphins running back, and I think I had did I have Tyreek Hill? I don't think I had Tyreek Hill. I think I had maybe an AFC receiver, but majority of my team was NFC players. The NFC
mm,
division, the NFC conference is a harder conference than the AFC. Now the AFC might have the best quarterbacks over there, Allen, Pat Mahomes. If you want to throw Tua in there, uh, who
mm,
else is over there? Burrow,
mm,
um, Lamar Jackson. They got a whole
mm.
bunch of good quarterbacks, and that's the
Yeah.
reason why I think that the dynasties exist in the AFC because of quarterback and coach.
Mm,
Why is Aaron the only one called out? Because Aaron is the only quarterback that speaks out. You don't see Lamar Jackson saying the shit that Aaron say. You don't see Patrick Mahomes saying the same shit Aaron says. You don't hear them agreeing with Aaron Rodgers. Out of all the quarterbacks in the league, Aaron is the only one that's speaking out against the bullshit. Hey, it's to each his own. You know, Aaron is at the end of his career. You got to think about it. These guys are young. They still trying to make money. You see Joe Flacco not saying nothing. He's trying to keep himself alive and still seeing how much, trying to make as much money as he can make being a backup quarterback anywhere he can land at. You know, some of these guys are not going to say anything because they want to keep making money, man. Aaron already,
But that Chiefs kicker said something at the thing.
yeah, but
Um, yeah,
those guys, they know they already made it to the mountaintop. I didn't won 3 Super Bowls with the Chiefs.
yeah,
I have a voice. I can say what I want to say. And then again, he's a good kicker. So he know his job is not his job won't be in jeopardy.
yeah,
Same thing with Aaron. He's a great quarterback. So you know his job won't be in jeopardy. You're not gonna hear Geno Smith come out and say the same shit Aaron Rodgers saying. They kick his ass off the team.
yeah.
Purdy not gonna say nothing. He's young. He want to keep quiet because he got a contract he waiting on. Jordan Love is not going. He's going to talk about the things that he learned from Aaron Rodgers, but he ain't going to say anything about him being on Aaron Rodgers' side. You know, they might do it in private, but they're not going to get out in front of the media and say what Aaron Rodgers say because they don't want to get the scrutiny or the feedback from the public. And not only that, from these networks that have an agenda to push. So you know you gotta take the good with the bad, man. It all depends on where you stand as a man, where your heart is at, how your thought process, how you feel about certain things. You know, if you feel something ain't right, you're gonna speak up about it. And I think Aaron had to learn that throughout his years of being in the spotlight as a superstar quarterback in the NFL. So you
Well,
know,
back in 2008 and 2009 and 2010, he didn't say nothing because
nah,
he
he
was
wasn't
still
saying
young.
nothing. He wasn't saying nothing.
Because he was still young.
He said, will they go after Russell, Legion of Boom, and the rest of the one ringers? See, well, shit, Russell Wilson is now in the AFC. That's another thing too. He over there now. Um,
Mm.
the guys that won they won ring, they gonna keep quiet. You know, it's just that the media propped up Aaron Rodgers for so damn long with Stephen A. Smith. He's a bad man. And then when that bad man don't live up to the expectations of how you've been presenting him on your network, then you turn your back on him. No, I'm sick of Aaron Rodgers. He just need to retire. You know, we need to stop listening to these suckers on TV that don't know shit about these NFL teams or players. They just from the outside looking in, my sources have been telling me. And then half the time his sources is wrong. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You know, the one ringers, they not gonna really speak out much. As long as they feel they want a ring, they good with that. But with Aaron Rodgers being as talented as he is, the media and the general public just expected him to win at least 2 Super Bowls while he was with Green Bay, when Green Bay had some teams that had a chance to get him to another bowl. I think just him getting to another bowl, and if he would have lost, I don't think he would have had as much scrutiny as he get now. People would have been like, oh, well, he got the 2 Super Bowls, and they would have just left it at that. I mean, but when you got guys like Gilly the Kid and CJ Stroud and fucking Shady McCoy running their mouth, you know what I'm saying? Just talking nonsense. You know, it just seemed like, you know, those guys are just sticking with the agenda that the networks is telling them to push, man. That's
Brett Favre went to two, so that's why people don't jump on Brett Favre because he went to two.
I believe so. I believe so. He won one, got back there again. You know what I'm saying? So
Does that make his career better than Rogers?
I mean, having 2 Super Bowl appearances on your resume does say a lot. You know, I'm not gonna say it don't, even if you won or lost. It does speak volumes of saying that you can lead a team to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? He led 2 teams to 2 Super Bowls. He might have won one. He lost. I mean, he lost one. I mean, we could have been saying that about Patrick Mahomes. He lost one and he won one. If he wouldn't have got to these last two back to back, he would have the same kind of career as Brett Favre.
So do you think Favre is better than Rodgers because of that part that he went to two?
Mm, yes and no. Yes, in a way of him being able to reach that accomplishment and get there,
Yeah.
and no, uh, to the point of you know Rogers' accolades being surpassing Brett Favre. Most touchdowns thrown in Lambeau, and the four MVPs, and the countless NFC Championship uh, game. Remember, Brett Favre was losing before he got there to the championship. He was losing to the Cowboys in the in the playoffs and shit. You know,
Mm,
but it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? With that, with Rodgers and Aaron, or who's better and who's not, they pretty much in the same category. One has more MVPs, one's been to more Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? You could kind of look at it as like kind of an even kill kind of situation. You know what I
mm,
mean? Um, one threw more interception, one has less interceptions. You know what I'm saying? You could look at it both ways, and it'll pretty much to me come out as to like an even kill. Like maybe Aaron might be slightly above Brett. You know what I'm saying? As far as like talent. Not saying Brett wasn't talented, but Aaron, it was just like, man, his talent was out. Man, his talent was through the roof, man. He didn't have
mm,
you biting your nails every time he threw the ball in the air. Every time I
mm,
saw him drop back and throw the ball deep, I was that's a touchdown. Where Brett,
mm.
is it an interception? Ah, damn it, it's an interception. God damn it. Like that's how it was with Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? Like you would know it was a for sure touchdown when you seen Brett square straight up and throw the ball. When you see him running and just fling the ball out the backfield, you like,
Yeah.
it'd be a goddamn pick. Aaron, you
Mm,
couldn't tell. Aaron could have ran and flung the ball. You like, oh, that got a chance. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
in the back, when you toss somebody, like, oh shit, it might have a chance. And you might see Jordy or somebody coming down with the ball in the
So
end,
to you, you have Rodgers slightly above Favre,
slightly better than Brett Favre. Yeah.
but
But
the Super Bowl that they won, Favre was now Rodgers do got Super Bowl MVP. Favre wasn't
right.
Super Bowl
No,
MVP.
there you go. See? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? One got a Super Bowl MVP, one don't. You know what I'm saying? One been to two, one hasn't. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like a back and forth.
Yeah, it's like a back and forth
Yeah.
kind of debate,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But to me, ultimately, they pretty much they kind of neck and neck, but I slightly give Aaron the edge over Brett because he made less mistakes with the football than Brett did. That's
That's true.
yeah, that's where I give Aaron the edge over Brett. He didn't make a lot of mistakes with the football when he had it in what we got here. Remember when they took your video down? I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, man, they was taking my videos down and all kinds of.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
I was trying to be politically correct. I was trying not to go say nothing wild, and they was just like, nah, the agenda is you should be supporting the agenda. I'm like, damn, YouTube. I see where y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, "What agenda? Oh, the agenda of the vaccination. Big Nate. All of this stuff on Aaron didn't start piling on until he went up there and went against the agenda. Remember the football. Remember the NFL started reporting on how many teams, the percentage of teams were getting. Oh, this team is 90% vaccinated. Oh, this team
Mm-hmm.
is 5% vaccinated. Like they was doing that shit. They was, oh, this team got 60% of the players vaccinated. Aaron was like, hold on, let me go do my research. He looked up the research and talked to some doc. I don't know what doctors he talked to, but they said that he was allergic to the vaccine. He said it. He said when I sat down and talked to the doctors, it come to find out something in that vaccine I'm allergic to and I don't want it in my body. And once he said that, that's when the media flipped on him. The media flipped on him. You know, at before that though, he was getting a little bit of scrutiny in the media because of the front office and their dispute and the whole not showing up.
Tom Brady,
Yeah,
him and versus Tom Brady debate, and people were
yeah,
sick of hearing that debate.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
whole thing or then he wins the MVPs and he kind of shuts everybody's mouths up a little bit, but
yeah.
Aaron is who he is. He's going on then the whole ayahuasca situation and the
The
dark,
Darkness retreats.
which he regrets doing the dark retreat. He's always like, that shit was stupid. I thought it was dumb too, but you live and you learn in life, man. You
And you
live,
remember, he's not a no more commercials too. No more State Farm.
and you're right, Nate. You're right. The media feeds the fans the bullshit because every person that I have talked to about Aaron Rodgers, they come with me with something they heard somebody on TV say. Like it's not their own opinion. Well, he did. I'm like, bro, why are you coming to me with a Bayless argument tactic, bro? That's not gonna work. You sounded like a fool right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
LeBron James. They do the same thing to
right,
LeBron James.
right. But that's what happened. That's what comes with being a highly talented player, man. A highly talented player.
Uh, LeBron James is not the GOAT. He would never be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was 6-6 in finals. LeBron James, the chosen one, became the frozen one.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Skip Bayless says LeBron James is not clutch.
Yeah, he right. ESPN started the Brady Rogers narrative. It started with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. He's a bad man, and Skip didn't like hearing that, so he had to keep throwing Brady up there. Even Brady himself said Aaron Rodgers is a more talented quarterback than him. Oh no, I'm not better than Aaron Rodgers. He's way more talented than me, and it showed in that golf tournament. Who won the
Yeah.
damn golf tournament? Aaron Rodgers. Every time he hit the ball, what was Tom Brady saying? Wow, good shot, man. Damn. Wow, that's another good. Damn, good shot.
And Tom Brady said if Rogers was in New England, he would go for over 6,000 yards.
Yeah, he said even Belichick praised Rodgers. I've never seen Belichick walk up to another quarterback after losing to him and with a smile on his face and shake his hand. Like
Yeah.
Bill Belichick has a lot of admiration for Aaron Rodgers, but the media look past that because the media don't know football. They just reading the script in front of them for ratings. That's what the media does. If negative talk about Rodgers is going to generate ratings and persuade the public's opinion about a player, they know that they got those people. Anytime they drop a clip or some kind of video on any social media site saying anything negative about Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna tune into it, and that's what they're looking for. They want those
Wh-
out.
Which now, now this one's interesting because this another A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, right? And he was known to be more controversial in the baseball media. Which A-Rod is more controversial, Rogers or Rodriguez?
Hmm. A Rod had a lot of bullshit going on, man. Man, A Rod had a lot of bullshit going on.
Rodriguez?
Yeah, yeah. How
Yeah,
many championships he won? He won one, right? With the Yankees?
I think so.
Yeah, with Derek Jeter. Yeah, he won with Derek Jeter. Yeah, he won one with Derek Jeter. Uh I don't know, man. I'm an Aaron Rodgers guy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I mean, that was the every time I seen him play quarterback, it was second to none with him, man. I just never seen nobody play the quarterback position to where I'm just like every time the ball is just let out his hand, it's just like wow,
I'm still watching his 2009 and 2008
incredible.
games, man. Yeah,
Incredible.
man. Yeah, man.
Big
Back
name.
then.
It's funny how Aaron Rodgers' name stays in the media's mouths or Skip Bayless, but no one talks about, hey, that's a good point. Big Ben Super Bowls. That shows how much, that shows the media is so invested with Rodgers' career. Good point, Big Nate. Another excellent point. Nobody talks about Big Ben. And I think Big Ben wanted that way. You think about the Steelers and what they going through, they're not even mentioning Big Ben's name to nothing when it comes to the Steelers. It's more.
Yeah, yeah. Big Ben has some demons, man, going up in that head of his.
I mean, I
And
like
Jim,
podcast. I fuck with Big Ben's podcast. You see a whole nother side of Big Ben. I forget the name of it, man, but I know he has one
mm,
goes live for every Steelers game, and he talks about his past times with the Steelers and what they're going through now. But yeah, Um, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some players are just captivating to talk about, and Aaron Rodgers is just one of those players that's captivating to talk about. He's on all of these podcasts, and then not only that, the media goes at Aaron Rodgers because of the people that he sides with. He's talking to Joe Rogan. He's, you know, uh,
John F. Kennedy.
yeah, being asked to be the vice president if he wins, like that. That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
for an NFL player to be asked to be a vice president for a presidential candidate, wow, that's crazy. And and that's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? For to get asked to, hey, I want you to be my running mate. Like, whoa, hold
yeah.
on, I'm a football player now. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm,
whoever you associate yourself with against the agenda, they just gonna be after you. You know what I'm saying? They went after Joe Rogan about the ivermectin stuff. Come to find out, now you got Chris Cuomo talking about he got to take ivermectin to stay alive because he took the damn vaccine. He got injured from the vaccine. Now he's taking ivermectin. So it is what it is with Rogers, but I don't want to spend too much time
yeah,
on
yeah,
we could get into man, y'all got some great y'all got some great comments
yeah.
here that
Great questions, man. Great questions in the chat, man. Some hard hitting questions too.
for real, man.
Yeah, man.
Real.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. Again, he's a Jet now, but I just, I won't, I just won't stop talking about him because what he did for my team, man. Because he gave me a bunch of great moments, and those ones are gonna hit me with those great moments. All the throws and Hail Marys and the regular season runs, the playoff runs and stuff, the Super Bowl, you
Yeah.
know. So
Will the media sabotage Jordan Love's career if he wins one Super Bowl? Or
mm,
is it because Aaron Rodgers is supposed to win multiple Super Bowl? I don't
mm,
I don't think I think they will criticize Rodgers if Jordan Love wins the Super Bowl. They be like, oh, Aaron Rodgers, if he would have stayed with the team, he would have had an opportunity to win. I don't think he would have if he would have stayed with the Packers because I think Brian Gutekunst and Aaron Rodgers' relationship was pretty much bad, even though they tried to make amends to it. His
yeah, it was time for a change.
it just was like,
Yeah, like we knew what was gonna happen.
yeah, it was
So
time for Aaron to leave. Plus, Goot, young GM, he don't want to keep
yeah,
with the Ted Thompson results. So if you look at the team,
yeah.
all of Ted Thompson's draft picks are gone, except
Kenny Clark.
yeah, Kenny Clark and I think
I think Kenny Clark's the only one right now.
Jair. I think Jair's still there too from
Yeah, it's just Zaire Alexander. Yeah, wait, was he a Ted Thompson pick? Or he
yeah,
was Brian Goot? No, no, no. I think he was a Goot pick.
nah, this is Jair's seventh year going into the league. This
I
is Goot's
could have sworn he was a Goot pick.
no, this is Goot's year, Goot's fifth year as GM.
Oh, I could be wrong.
Hold on, let's look it up. I think
I think you're right. I think Goot drafted Zaire because I think we drafted him in 2018, right? Goot
nah,
came in.
let me see. Jair. I think
Goot
Jair
came. Yeah.
I think Jair been. I think this is his seventh year in his seventh season.
Oh, I
Yeah,
could
this.
be wrong. Where is he? Yeah, I could be right. I could be right. I think that was a good pick.
Oh
Can
yeah,
you call?
yeah. 2018
Yeah,
was Goo here in 2018.
yeah. Good got hired in 2018.
Okay, yeah. So he is a good pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause
that's right. This is his seventh year, so that would make.
yeah, Ted Thompson. Whatever. You know what I mean? Well, step down and after the 2017 season, and
He's a good pick. So I think Kenny Clark,
yeah, King Clark is the only Ted Thompson
yeah,
draft pick.
only Ted Thompson pick that's left.
So yeah, so credit for Kenny Clark for lasting. Yeah, man.
Yeah, lasting all that time, man. Shit.
Yeah, so Kenny Clark is like the older vet now. It's the only vet now in the locker room that's drafted by the Packers. Preston Smith wasn't drafted by the Packers, so he doesn't
Right, right.
count
Yeah,
in that.
yeah. He came from the
You know what I mean? Came
Redskin.
from the yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, interesting talk. You got any talks about tomorrow's military camp?
Um.
You know, things that you all looking at to see.
Well, the main thing for me is it's basically the offensive line, bro. Like that's, I mean, who's gonna be the starting five? I've seen projections of who the Green Bay Packers should start, but I just think that something that higher point of view said on one of his lives was that he sees the Packers kind of mixing and matching offensive lines, which is a great thing to have when you got guys that can play left tackle, play guard. Some of them can play three positions on the offensive line. Um, but then again, having that, and if something were to happen, the reps. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure the Packers are doing their thing with different type of situational football and scenarios that might happen in the game where they looking at everybody to see strongest um uh uh they strongest aesthetics of what they can do on the offensive line. You know what I mean? The assets, what they bring to the table. And I think that's one of the biggest things to me is protecting Jordan Love. Because if you can't protect the quarterback, he can't he can't
Yeah, yeah. You want you? Yeah,
can't
he can't process.
yeah, then we will be sitting here uh crying about, man, these receivers can't catch and they can't, because it all starts with the offensive line. If
You
you
know.
get the quarterback time to throw, to where he could get his feet set and get the ball out in a timely fashion, you know what I'm saying, then
Yeah.
you could be successful with the offense. And that's what was plaguing us last year, was going through all of these offensive line changes because of David Bakhtiari. And that's why I think the line is probably like the biggest issue for me going into this season, because David Bakhtiari ain't there no more. Now you got to put a new face at that position. Elton Jenkins ain't leaving left guard. He ain't leaving that position because that's where he's the best at. Gives us the best possible chance. And if you think about it, who ran behind Elton Jenkins all the damn time? It was freaking uh
Jones.
Aaron Jones. He ran
Yeah.
behind Jenkins every damn time to get the yards that he got when he came back to play from being injured. So
Mhm.
that's the biggest thing to me, is the offensive line having consistent drives down the field. Shout out to Big Nate, baby coming Father's Day. Uh,
Mhm.
Big Nate's B Day on the 26th, double whammy. Oh, salute to Big Nate, man. Big birthday coming up. Have bringing another precious, beautiful soul to the world, man. That's dope, bro.
Mm.
But for the most part, like my main concern is this old line, because this if it's one thing I don't want to see again, is Jordan Love trying to do a quarterback sneak like he did against the Falcons, and Josh Myers not hiking the damn football, and Jordan Love looking silly, falling all over the offensive line, and they throwing the damn penalty. You know what I mean? I just want the offensive line to just be consistent from game to game, protecting Jordan Love, and I think we'll have a chance uh, for
Mm,
division to win the division and get to the playoffs. I'm not gonna say Super Bowl, but get to the playoffs because you know
mm.
he got his first taste of being in the playoffs, and I know Jordan Love is gonna be hungry for that again. I mean, what do you think? I mean, what you got in mind as far as like mini camp?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, hopefully it's no injuries. You know what I mean, nothing like that. Because real shit, happens. Um, you know, I just don't want no, So hopefully that first, but yeah, I just wanted to see how this everything's progressing. I'm with you on this offensive line. I want to see how this offensive line looks like. I know. I mean. I know we're gonna be a lot more younger on the offensive line, but as long as, like you said, I mean, we gotta make sure Jordan Love is back there doing his thing and not being under duress all the time. Because if he's under duress, then we're not gonna make, what I mean, it's hard for the offense to really get it going. And what I mean, and hopefully the going, the beginning of this year, the offense can come out swinging. You
Yeah.
know what I mean, and not start off slow like last year, and then wait to the end of the season to finally get it going. So hopefully, Matt LaFleur can, get his team ready, from that part. But yeah, not much. This one just, hopefully no injuries. Hopefully we hear some good news. I think Matt LaFleur might speak to the media. Same thing with Jordan Love. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna be watching them and what they have to say. And yeah, that's all I got for tomorrow. For the mandatory stuff.
Uh, Chief Sway. What another thing? Shout out to Where You're Hiding. I want to say this to Where You're Hiding, even though his Phillies is running the league right now. Shout out to the Phillies, man. Um,
Mm,
um, I kind of want to do a live of Where You're Hiding. At least one before the first game of the season because he has sent me a message on Instagram, and it was kind of interesting what he said about the first game. So hopefully, me and Wary Hyden could probably jump on a live or something on his channel if he want to do it over there. Um, we could talk about the shit. But Chiefs Wade, which receiver are you guys most excited for this season? I love all the young guys, but I think the most excited to see Wicks grow. Um, I think our receiver problem is a good thing to have. My thing right now with the receivers is them competing. Who's gonna compete to try to be, you know, one of the guys out there on the field that's gonna consistently make plays. I like Datavion Wicks a lot. I think he's probably gonna him and Christian Watson will probably have the same kind of role as far as being a dual threat wide receiver that can run the ball out of the backfield and go out and catch passes. Um, as far as Datavion Wicks, I would give his I would give him a slight edge over Christian Watson as far as durability. You know what I mean? He ain't one of the guys that'll go out there, catch a pass, get hit, and then be laying there for a minute. We got to go out there and get the trainers out there to see what's going on with him. Because every time, like I said, it's like the Brett Favre shit when I was watching Brett Favre play and he throw a wild pass. I'm sitting there about to pull my hair out, hoping it's a touchdown. Same thing with Christian Watson when Love is throwing a ball deep to him and he catches the ball. My whole thing is like, is he gonna get up after he made the catch?
yeah.
So you have that whole, you know, interesting concept right there in both of these players. But I would say I would probably have to agree with you on Datavian Wicks being one of the most exciting guys going into camp and going into this next season. But let's not leave out Romeo Dubs. Let's not leave out Bo Melton and these other guys that are doing great things in camp or OTAs. But yeah, it's all about who's going to be the most competitive out there to me. Um, who's going to make the most of their opportunities when they get the ball,
Mm.
and who's going to give you the best advantage when you out there playing against Jalen Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to play against the Miami Dolphins this year. So whoever they feel is going to go out there and be the best top three guys, which will probably be Wicks, Watson, and Romeo Dubs will probably be the main. I think will be the main three guys that's going to be starting on the roster in games wise. But I'm not leaving out Bo Melton and the other guys that can really showcase their talent and do some great things uh, with the opportunities they get. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it all boils down to what they do when they get the ball.
Mm.
What about you, B Mac? What you think?
Um, yeah, I mean, hopefully, I was really impressed with Wicks at the end of the year. He really stepped up. Christian Watson, look, we know he has the talent and all that stuff, and but my thing is him staying healthy. Hopefully, we're not dealing with the injury-prone wide receiver. Hopefully, he can be consistent with his health and staying on the field. Like if he can play all 17 games for us, that would be huge.
Hell yeah.
And especially if he can produce too on top of that, then yeah, maybe you might have to open up that bag. But uh I Romeo Dobbs, I think Romeo Dobbs is only gonna get better. It seems like him that connection with him and Love is it's kind of like the Rogers and Jordy connection, you know what I mean? The number 87. Um Shout out to Jordy Nelson, you know what I mean? See, I
Ooh.
got my jersey, got my Nelson jersey. So, um, but yeah, um, yeah. So I have no problems with William Dobbs. I think he's gonna get better. I do. But yeah, I mean, I think our wide receiving core is set. I just think that you know, um, I think we're gonna use more of a running backs out of the backfield too, as pass catchers. So I think that's how the Matt Lafleur, Kyle Shanahan offense kind of operates, and then uh Luke Musgrave, our tight end, is gonna uh I think we're gonna use him more too. He really stepped up too at the end of the year, especially in that Cowboys game.
Right.
So, yeah,
Right. Yeah, I fucks with it, man.
yeah,
Yeah, I think the
Mhm.
Love and Romeo Dobbs connection ain't gonna go nowhere. I think they're gonna
yeah,
scheme. I mean, and plus, they've been training this whole off season with Jordan Love. A couple of the guys came out to California to work out with him, which is a good thing. When we
mm,
Aaron Rodgers, he wasn't even doing that. He's doing something else. So, like I said,
yeah.
like I said in my a few videos in the past, I want my
But
court.
he's doing that with the New York Jets, though.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He is. But like I said, I want my quarterback focused on football, and that looks like what we got right now at this time and point with Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Um, uh, let's move on. XOXO 2000. Which defensive player are y'all excited for this upcoming season? Who you got, B Mac?
Which defense? Uh, that's a tough one.
I already know who I got. I already know.
Which I'm gonna say with Sean Gary.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say Sean Gary.
That's a good choice. That's
Yeah, I think
good.
I want to see if Sean Gary can now take it up to the next level,
Right.
and hopefully he can lead the league in double digit sacks. And it would be great if he would get if he gets defensive player of the year.
Mm, dang, that's a lot on this table if you want that.
Yeah,
I'm not mad.
yeah,
See, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. That's a good one. Because
yeah,
I've been kind of hard on Rashawn Gary,
yeah,
and I had to take a step back, and I had to remember what he did in Michigan. And
yeah.
one thing about Rashawn Gary, he's great when he has a bunch of talent around him. Like when he was in Michigan, he had Aiden Hutchinson with him. You know what I'm saying? He played with him for I think maybe a season or two. So he had like that's where Rashawn Gary shined. That's why it's good to have a Kenny Clark, Preston Smith, Quay Walker. You know what I'm saying? Lucas Van Ness. You know what I'm saying? That's up and coming to be around Rashawn because if he has the talent around him, it makes it easier for him to use his quickness, his speed. You know what I'm saying? To beat
Mm,
one-on-one matchups. I just don't want Rashawn Gary to be a one-dimensional type of pass rusher. I want him to have a plethora of different type of things he can do when he's matched up one-on-one, like a Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick, he could beat two guys at one time. Now, if Rashawn Gary could figure that out,
mm,
man, he'll be unstoppable. But for me, and I like this one. I like this one by Chiefs Wade. I like that a lot. I like that. I like that a lot. Xavier McKinney. But for me, it's Jair Alexander, man. It's
mm.
Jair Alexander under this new defensive head coordinator with Jeff Hafley. We seen what we seen what Jair can do, and I don't want to be an asshole, but I'm gonna say because we don't know what Jeff Hafley can do on a pro level just yet. But under uh Joe Barry and what was the last Tom Capers,
Don Capers.
Don Capers. Well,
Yeah.
I forget who we had before Joe Barry.
Oh, Mike Pettin.
Yeah, Mike Penn. For
Yeah, yeah, Mike Pettin.
years to reach Pro Bowl status with those two defensive coordinators,
Yeah,
I gotta see what he could do with Jeff Hafley, man. Like
yeah,
I want to see what Jair can do with Jeff Hafley. I mean, we hearing all
yeah.
the shit about him being there in Green Bay 3 weeks before OTAs and taking this shit
Mm,
seriously. You
mm,
you see the maturity in Jair Alexander. He not doing none of the silly shit like he was doing last year. And
mm,
I throw a lot of the I throw the little video of him popping up in the camera of the girl. The pack
yeah,
is back, hood. You know what I'm saying? Like he not. I mean, he's still a little. Like I want Jair to be Jair, but a much mature Jair, a Jair that's thinking about winning a championship. You know what I'm saying? Getting over
mm.
the being a heel,
Taking that Charles Woodson role.
being a huge
Yeah,
example to the young guys in the secondary. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
was I talking to you or I forget who I was talking to? Um, like I would have loved for Rasul Douglas to still be on this team.
Yeah,
Him,
man.
Eric Stokes, Jair McKinney. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because we seen what Rasul did once he got over there with the Buffalo Bills. He started getting turnovers. Yeah,
Nobody. Yeah, man. Like our secondary would be stout, man. I mean, Goo. I don't know what you was thinking, but yeah, it's like Ted Thompson did with Micah Hyde. You let him go to the Buffalo Bills, and he was. I think he became a Pro Bowler with the Buffalo Bills, or
But
a all Pro.
but see, what I think Goot let him go because I think Goot seen the potential in Carrington Valentine. I think he seen the
Oh,
potential.
talking about Rasul.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, once he let go of Rasul, Carrington Valentine stepped up and started
That's true.
shutting receivers down. Um, and I think, Goop probably looked at that and was like, Rasul's probably getting up there in age a little bit. We just gave him 30 something $1 million, and then we cut him short after his second year with the team. But I just think that I just hope Goop don't get used to trying to being so young. You're gonna need some veteran guys on the team that, got 6 or 7 years in the league on them already. You know what I'm saying? Just to have that veteran presence in the locker room that, like, hey guys, we gotta take shit serious this game. You know what I'm saying? This game, we gotta win this game. So um I think Goop might be okay with the draft picks he got, especially when you got the mentality of a Jair on the secondary, and that's starting to be contagious to Xavier McKinney. He's starting to take it serious. He's loving the atmosphere of the Green Bay Packers of what he's in. And then another thing too, they in the middle of nowhere, so all they gotta do is think about football, nothing else. You know what I'm saying? They're not in no big city where they could go to the club and hang out with a whole bunch of riffraff in the street. You know what I'm saying? They could pretty much stick together. Remember, we had almost damn near 100% of our guys in OTAs.
That's true. Facts.
So that's just building up the team chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
Yeah. Facts.
it's Jair Alexander as far as like who I want to see ball out this year as on the defensive side of the ball. I just want to see more of a leadership role out of Jair, like communicating with the guys on the field, knowing
Yeah.
where they need to be at. Him and Quay Walker communicating with Xavier McKinney, you know what I'm saying? All of them being
Mm.
one voice, one sound, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
just with the scheme, and that's one thing, just transitioning over to Jordan Love. That's one thing I love
Mhm.
about Jordan Love. He's willing to work with the scheme. He not finna go out there and be like, Matt, what the fuck are you calling? Like Aaron Rodgers was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's what I want to see. I want to see. And then another thing too, last year, our defense wasn't really fucking with the defensive coach with Joe Barry. Remember Joe Barry said if they have
Yeah.
any concerns, they got to tell they secondary coach, and the secondary coach come tell me what they complaining about.
Mm.
That's why Jair said, I'm happy. The communication with the defensive coaches is way better than it was last year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell Joe Barry was running over there, but if you want to be a successful defensive coordinator, you got to have successful guys on the field. That's how you keep a goddamn coaching job in the NFL, is if you corresponding and you communicating with your guys. If you're
That's
not
true.
that, then you're gonna get a Kevin King moment in the NFC Championship game where you get a bomb thrown on him right before halftime by
You
I
had to bring that up.
was whoever that little receiver was that.
Oh, Scotty Miller.
Yeah, like come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Oh, right before halftime too.
Yeah, that's just bad defense. That's just bad coaching on the defense, bro. Like, you don't think Brady gonna take a shot with 30 seconds left on the clock?
Yeah,
Make
man. Yeah. Well, Mike Pettin. I don't know what the hell he was doing with that. Wait. Was that Kevin King's fault, or that was Mike Pettin's fault putting him in the wrong position?
it might have. I think it was a bad defensive call on Joe Barry because I don't think Joe Barry was expecting Brady to do that or the Buccaneers to do that. But man, you playing against Tom Brady, man. You can't leave no stone uncovered.
Uh, I was Mike Pettin.
Oh, that was Mike Pettin? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Mike Pettin. No. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Pettin, like, come on, man. It's Brady. You forgot who you was playing against? It's Tom Brady. They in the NFC Championship game for a reason because of Tom Brady, and you let that happen. And I think that play pretty much destroyed Kevin King's career.
Kevin King is the walking meme after that too. Is the punchline now.
If you want your players to help you out as a defensive coordinator, you got to help out your players. You know what I'm saying? You can't
That play reminded me of the Seattle game when they did the fake field goal.
exactly not being prepared for anything.
Yeah, it's like we always get caught up, like in the big moments, man. We always get caught off guard, and we're not aware of nothing. We just get caught by surprise, and they do some dumb shit that we're not ready for.
Yeah, that's just lackadaisical coaching, man.
Yeah, that's
Bro, you
crazy.
got to be ready for anything when it comes to playoff football. That's
Yeah,
when
man.
everybody start pulling out the bullshit trick plays.
Because they're trying to win. They're trying to do whatever it takes. Like it's win or go home. This ain't basketball. This ain't a 7 game series. You know
Exactly,
what I mean? So
man.
yeah, but hopefully, I mean, last year we lost in playoffs. Like I said, we did make some boneheaded. I mean, he had the game won too, man. Like we had the Niners beat last year, and it's just like I said, man, dumb play calling, dumb decisions in critical situations,
Wow.
and
Wow.
oh, what's up?
I think Mike Pettin is I think he's with the Minnesota Vikings if I'm not mistaken. Did he
Oh,
go to
really? Oh,
Yeah, he with the Minnesota Vikings. Wow.
Vikings always take our scraps, man. Like they always take our leftovers. Like I don't know what's up with that. Like Cedelia Smith, now Aaron Jones. Who else? Mike Pettin, Greg Jennings, Brett Favre. Like this is take all leftovers. It's like they want to take all guys and well, you can't win with them, so now we can show you we can win. But they never win with them.
Yeah, he the assistant head coach for the Minnesota Vikings.
The Vikings is where ex Packers career go to die at.
Man, he coaching with the Minnesota. Wow, he the assistant head coach.
Oh, and watch. It'd be watch. Like one more year, watches with the Jets, and then the next year he leaves the Jets and goes to the Vikings.
No, I think Rogers gonna retire from the Jets. I think he got like 2 or 3 more years left on his contract. And if he has, to me, if Aaron Rodgers plays successful enough to get like I said, when I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago, when I dropped the video for the schedule,
Hmm.
like I said, I put a bet on the Jets to make the playoffs this year because I just think that the Buffalo Bills, I think they took a step. I think they're gonna take a step back after losing so many defensive players and they losing Stephon Diggs. But I do like that young receiving core that they put together to help to work around Josh Allen. I still think they kind of missing the running game, but that depends on Cook, Dalvin Cook's brother. I forget his first name. Uh,
James Cook.
yeah, James Cook. Yeah, I think it depends on him
Yeah.
or whatever they do with their run game, because I know the idea is to not have Josh Allen be the leading rusher of the team no more.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if he does that, he's not gonna make it until 35.
Oh yeah. All right.
No, yeah, it's kind of like with Cam Newton. Memo just having Cam Newton, take a lot of punishment on his body, and and all the injuries start catching up with him. Um, you know what I mean? And John did that back in the day. I mean, that's why the Broncos got Terrell Davis because they didn't want John Elway taking a punishment like
Yeah.
that.
Punishment like that. And he took some punishment in that Super Bowl when he got spent around in a the helicopter spin and still
Oh,
scored.
when they beat us. Did Brett Favre? Oh, you said Brett Favre played bad in the second half, right?
Oh my God. I lost $200 on that game, man. At that time, what was that? 96, 95, 96,
Yeah, no, 97, 98,
97.
97, 98. Yeah,
And I was like, I was a junior in high school.
yeah,
That $200 meant a lot to me, man.
yeah.
That time, that $200 meant a lot to me, bruh.
Did Brett Favre play good in the first half, and he stopped
Yeah,
playing bad in the second
he
half?
stood in the first half. It looked like we was finna whoop their ass
And
because
then the second half, he
because
came out.
we had beat them. Did we play them that year? I think we played them that year and we beat them.
Mm.
I got to go back and look at that season, man. The schedule. If we played the Broncos, I'm not sure, but yeah, man, that was devastating to me at that time, man. I was like, God damn, and lose $1 a junior in high school in the '90s.
And then the second half, he comes out and start like playing reckless football.
Man, that's one thing about Brett Favre. When we was down in the second half, coming into the second half of games, he would
Yeah,
start playing three flies up, man. Start chucking the ball up in the field, up in the air, instead of using what you use in the first half to beat them, because that's what Brady would do. Brady
yeah.
find a specific player that's been getting abused on the defense all night, and he would exploit him. And that's what he did to Kevin King. He just exploited him on that play in the NFC Championship game with no fans in the stands.
And Favre will like keep trying something that wasn't working.
No, Favre would just keep throwing. Favre would keep trying to throw it to his guys that he know that he can that can make a catch. You know what I'm saying? He would just
Mm.
throw it up to Antonio Freeman, try to throw it up to Donald Driver. You know what I'm saying? I think no, he didn't have great. No, that was a long time ago. He was just trying to throw
No,
the
no, no.
ball. He
And
was
then that, and then that, yeah. Oh, so yeah, yeah. I mean, Favre makes some great passes, and then he also makes some will make some dumb, dumb passes. Like, what
smart.
the hell is that?
Brett Favre, you don't know. You have no idea how many lawns I had to cut just to get that $200 back, man. You have no idea, man. Me and my brother used
Uh,
to have a little lawnmower business in the neighborhood we was living at.
yeah.
We would cut the neighbor's grass and shit like that, and ah man, Brett.
This was talking about the Super Bowl with the Broncos.
Yeah,
Oh, and
yeah.
then you lost a bet because Favre threw a pick.
Now I lost the bet because we lost the Super Bowl.
Oh, you lost this. Oh, I thought you was betting because of stats. That's that line.
Man, I put 200 on the game, betting one
Oh,
betting one of my uncles who was a Steelers fan, and yeah, man, my big mouth made me lose $200, man.
oh, oh. What about 2010 when we won a Super Bowl? Did you put money?
I didn't put no money on that, but I was in a house full of Steeler fans. I was in
Mm.
a house full of. I never forget that moment, man. I was
Oh,
in a house full of Steeler fans. My stepdad, Steeler fan, had the Greg Lloyd number 95 jersey on. He was, yeah, we gonna win tonight. Yeah, Steelers, baby. Still curtain. He had the little terrible towel. They was all in there screaming for the Steelers. And I remember it was this I was, how old was I? 2011. Shit, I forget. I think I was around close to I forget, man. Maybe close to, let's see, 2011. I forget how old I was at that time. But yeah, man, I remember sitting in a room full of Steeler fans, man, a house full of Steeler fans. I was the only Packer fan.
mm.
They was giving it to me. Y'all gonna lose. Until Clay Matthews made that great defensive play on Mendenhall, running the ball out of that backfield. And he made his ass fumble. Man, I screamed a lot. It's over. It's over, motherfuckers. Man, the look on my dad's face, man, my step pop's face, man, he was humiliated, man. It got quiet up in that house, man. It was quiet. I went outside screaming and yelling, jumping up and down. Woo, I never
Mm.
forget that moment, man. That was a good moment for me watching us win that Super Bowl and
Mm.
seeing us take off the next year, going 15-1. Then we lose to the sorry ass Giants, 38-10 in the playoffs after Tom Clemens' son dies in an ice boat in an ice fishing. I don't know. It felt something. He fell into the ocean, the cold ocean. I think his son passed away. Then it was like, oh, Tom Clemens is not showing up to the Thursday practice and the Friday practice, the Saturday walk. I'm like, damn, how we gonna win this damn playoff game?
Yeah.
Look on everybody's face, especially Aaron Rodgers when he came running out of the tunnel of that game. I never forget the look on his face, and I was just like, I don't have a good feeling about this game. He just had this look on his face, like, man, we about to lose this bitch.
Well. You remember in that game he was our leading. You remember that game? People forget. Uh, uh, yeah. He was our leading rusher with 66 rushing yards, and there was a bunch of drop passes and fumbling. Dudes was fumbling. Yeah, man. Joe McAfinley was like dropped like three catchable balls, and I
There were
was like, yeah,
passes in that game. Dude, we had like 6 drop passes in that game.
yeah, man. Oh God, and don't get me started on that Hail Mary at the end of the half too, man. By Eli. Yeah, man. Like, after that, man, that was like, yep, that's the icing on the cake right there.
Man, so I guess
Yeah,
we got
yeah, man, that's terrible.
mini camp is here, y'all. Mini camp is here, and it's gonna be a lot of competition, um, especially with the receivers. The running back position, I don't think there's gonna be too much competition there. I mean, I think we already telling we Packer fans. We already know we going into the season with 3 running backs. So who's going to get cut? No AJ Dillon. He's going to get re-signed, guys. I'm telling you that now. At the end of this year, expect AJ Dillon to be re-signed. Cheap labor. He don't want to leave Green Bay. His wife got all of these foundations and different type of community things going on in Green Bay. He's on board with it. Um, so I expect AJ Dillon to be back, probably on a 2-year deal for like for probably $5 million. Probably be a $5 million deal for 2 years. He's going to take it. He don't want to go nowhere else. Um, Receivers, a lot of competition is going to be there in camp. Cornerbacks, going to be a lot of competition with Eric Stokes, Carrington Valentine, and whoever's on the other side of Jair. Uh, and that's probably about it. Maybe offensive line, there'll be some competition on the offensive line where we'll figure out and see who's going to fit in these spots on the right side of the offensive line, which scares me a lot going into this season. Who's going to be the right guard? Who's going to play right tackle? So it's a lot of question marks right there, but I think we got the pieces to mix and match and, put the right guy in the right position that's going to make the best effort. Um, and I think that's about it as far as I'm looking at mini camp. This is the camp where we find out who's going to be the starter and who's not. I mean, what's your take on going into mini camp as far as like competition in certain as far as the linebacker position? Yeah, Quay Walker got his spot. Cooper, he and McDuffie. I think they're gonna be looking at that. Cooper and McDuffie, who's the better fit as of right now, but I do expect Cooper to take over that spot at some point in time, which I think will help the linebacking core a lot when you got McDuffie and the guy we drafted.
Hello, Cage. You got cut off there. Cage. Oh, what happened? Hello, Kate. Are you there? Mm.
They're going back. Bmac.
Are you
Oh shit.
there?
Yeah, man. I had somebody
You
call
good?
me, man. Yeah, somebody.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
some
All
girl.
right. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, somebody called me in the middle of my live, man. But like I was saying,
Oh,
Cooper and McDuffie. I think that the linebacker position will be an experiment on that side with between Cooper and McDuffie. But I do expect Cooper to take over the spark you know even though we're gonna be running a 4-3, you know what I'm saying? So we might see Cooper, McDuffie, and Quay out there at the same damn time. Um, so yeah, man. It's gonna be battles in mini camp. It's gonna be a lot of a lot of these players gonna be battling and fighting for a spot, which I think is good for the Packers, especially them being such a young team. Um, they got talent this time, or they got talent. You know what I'm saying? I like what they did in the draft, addressing a lot of things and picking up some guys that fit the Jeff Halfley system. You know what I'm saying? So uh yeah, that's what I'm expecting in camp, mini camp, is guys to be competitive, man, at these different positions to see who's gonna get the starting job. I'll let you give your closing remarks on mini camp, and then we could go ahead and close it, shut it down. Before we do that, thank you to all of the people that watched. Packer fans, Swagger, XOXO 2000, uh, where the Chief Sway, much respect. Where you hiding? Salute to you, your Eagles, man. Y'all check out Where You Hiding's channel, and Big Nate's Packer fan with Swagger. Um, be looking out for BMAC to drop some content. I'm gonna be looking forward to it, man. Checking it out.
it's coming. It's coming.
um, yeah, man. If you need any help with like how you want to put your videos together, I could send you a couple of
Yeah,
apps.
yeah, it's gonna be BMAC talk cheese or something like that. BMAC with cheese talk, something like that. I'm
Oh,
gonna,
I got a name for you. I got a name for you, but I'm gonna text it to you because I don't want to put it out here on this live yet. But I
okay,
think it's a name that you might like, man. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, go ahead and give your final thoughts on what you think about mini camp.
Yeah, I mean, look, this, hopefully these, once these guys out there working hard, putting in the work, see some, I know they got pads, but they all gonna hit or something like that. I guess
Yeah, it's
that they're
supposed to
not
be
gonna.
ads. Yeah,
So they all gonna hit, right? It's gonna be
yeah.
some
I
hit.
think they're gonna be in pads this week. I think.
All right, well, just stay healthy then. You know what I mean? Don't make any dumb boneheaded mistakes. Put Jordan Love in a red jersey, do not hit, and all that stuff. So we don't want no accident or him breaking his finger and stuff and have to get surgery before the season.
Yeah,
Um,
real.
we don't need none of that because our Packer fans, we got some bad luck with injuries. Just look at Jordy Nelson in 2015.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
contact.
preseason game. They should have kept his ass out. But Yeah, man. But yeah, I just like I said, it's gonna be a lot of uh insight and like I said, hopefully Matt LaFleur say some things that are interesting. Hopefully John Love say some things out there on what's going on, and we got 3 days of this, and then like I said, everything shut down into training camp. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, just be looking for, more Packer content. Once again, let me just give a rundown of events I will be at. I will be at the Chicago Sky versus the Los Angeles Sparks um, WNBA basketball game August 17th. Then right after that, I will be at the Angels versus Braves Saturday. That same Saturday and Sunday, I will be in attendance at the Padres versus the Braves. I think that's in July. I think that's like July 13th or 14th. I don't know if I'm gonna go to both games or just go to one. I might just go to one. Um, also, I'm gonna be at the Vikings versus Packers game September 29th. I'll be at the Rams versus the Packers versus Rams game. No, wait, what day is that? I know that's week 5. Week 5. Shout out to Higher Point of View stepping in, man. Shout out to you, man. I missed your live today, man. I had a my back my back then went out on me. You know what I'm saying? After I got done working out, man. I'll be at the Rams, Packers versus Rams, and I will also be attending the Jets versus Cardinals in Arizona. So those are the 3 games I'm going to this football season. I might throw in a college football game with USC against the against Penn State. Um,
it's the Texas and Packers game. Is that the one you all going to?
No, no, no. I know that's in Lambeau, but I don't want to be out there in the snow time just yet. I was trying to go to a Packers versus Bears game, but I don't. They play all the way in January, and I'm not trying to be in no bad weather like that. Trying to fly out there, and it's bad weather. You know what I'm saying? Flight delays and all that. I ain't got time for all of that. I already went through that going to Atlanta, flying into Denver. They had a damn snowstorm out there, and I got shut. I had to sit out there for like a 2 hour, 3 hour delay before I got to Atlanta. So yeah, man, I want to go when the weather is good, where I could walk outside. You know what I'm saying, and put together a quality video of being in Lambeau for the first time, and then hopefully I can make this every year event. Oh, not to mention, I don't know if I'm gonna go to any Laker games this up and coming season. I'm just not feeling what, and I'm gonna drop a video on that. I want to do a live, go live with Higher Point of View on the Laker situation with them not getting a coach from UConn, Dan Hurley, which I'm happy he didn't take that contract. I'm happy he ain't the head coach of the Lakers because that ain't a good fit for LeBron bringing in another unexperienced head coach in the NBA. Like LeBron ain't got time for that. But other than that, man, yeah, those are the events I got coming up. So y'all gonna see some videos from those events. And then in between time, whenever me and Bernard get a chance to
PMAC.
oh yeah, whenever me and BMac get a chance to my bad BMac, my bad BMac with cheese, my bad man, I hear you, I see you big dog. You know what I'm saying? When BMac drop his content, man, make sure y'all tune in and show my boy some love, man. It'll be good for me that y'all showed him some love, man, because he don't have to do this with me. I asked him if he wanted to do this live shit. He said he was on board with it, and I appreciate him for making the time to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't know if anybody would have time to do this shit, talk about Packer football, or whoever who wouldn't be, you know, I know it's a lot of people interested in talking Packer football, but I kind of wanted to do this with Bernard because I want him.
BMAC.
Hey, my bad. Damn, I'm fucking up.
It's okay. It's okay.
This with BMAC because I want him to start putting content out there. That was the main. And I told Big Nate the reason why I picked you to
Mm.
do this shit with, because I want you to start putting some content out there, man. And if this doing this live shit with you motivates you, then man, hey, I'm with it, bro. I'm with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Heavy.
it's gonna be a film I'm gonna drop out. But once the season start, then
Right.
I'm really gonna start dabbing in. I'm gonna do a lot of preview games, we review games, or preview games and review games. You know what I mean? Give like give people like the stat line and how they played. Write some notes. I'm gonna be writing a lot of notes down. And I'm gonna see if I can do my own live too after
Oh
games
yeah,
too and
yeah.
break stuff down. So and get you and rest of the guys on too, so we can talk about it. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go all in once the season start. But yeah, now I'm just gonna drop some content out and all that stuff and predictions and predictions and stuff. So
Yeah, man. So hey, make sure y'all check out BMAC.
and again, it's not just Packle football. I'm gonna do the rest of the NFL.
Okay, okay, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, 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 yeah.
For sure.
But mostly it's gonna be Packle football.
You see, there you go. Higher point of view. Like, we value your opinion, man. You be saying some
Yeah, thank you.
like you be saying some shit that be making me think when you be texting me like, hey, what you think about this? I'll be like, you know what? That's a great
Yeah,
question. He just asked me, what do I do? What do I think about that shit? So yeah, man,
yeah,
man, you are highly valued. You know what I'm saying? Valuable, especially
yeah,
to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Not saying nobody else isn't. All of y'all are Packer fan in Vegas. Big Nate, higher point of view. I appreciate TR. Packers Kingdom. Zane, I appreciate all y'all, man. I look forward to seeing all y'all content. Even though I might not say nothing in the comments, I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? So just know that I'm watching and I'm hitting that damn like button. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Be looking out for BMAC and his content. I'm gonna still be dropping my content. You know what I'm saying? I try to hook up with higher point of view. Not try. I will hook up with higher point of view, and we could talk some of this Laker basketball because there's some interesting things I heard about. The coaching hire not falling through, and it wasn't. It didn't have to do with him. It was more of his wife. She got a lot of shit going on back east, and her moving out west is not what she wants to do right now. So happy wife, happy life. I guess that's the rules are the motto that Dan Hurley is living with. Plus, he in a good situation anyway with UConn. But yeah, man, I want to chop it up with a higher point of view more on what the Lakers got going, and we could talk Packer football as well too. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, we almost close to 2 hours. I was pushing for 2 hours, and we we right there. Um, yeah, be looking out for me and BMAC to go live again once there is some news that we think is worthy enough to talk about coming out of the Packers or whatnot. That we think is worthy enough to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But do tune in to Higher Point of View, Wake and Pack every day. I will be there tomorrow, 9:30. Yeah, I know what time you be on there, bro. I be paying attention to your shit. So yeah, be looking forward for Wake and Pack with Higher Point of View tomorrow, man. Very, very great, informative uh, uh, stream he runs, along with the people that's in the chat that be giving some great feedback. You know what I'm saying, as far as discussing roster and position. Talking about the different players and what they can do and things like that. And you know, check it out, man. It's real good. It's other Packer channels out there that's got way bigger notoriety than what we got. But you know what I'm saying? We still know football. So with that being
yeah.
said, man, I appreciate y'all stopping by, checking us out. We don't do this a lot. I'm a busy guy. BMac is a busy guy, and when we do get a chance to connect, we try to give y'all a good show and showcase our talents as being podcasters or whatnot, whatever you want to call it, streaming live or whatever. We just want to bring y'all good content to where y'all could give us good feedback. So with that being said, before we end the show, we would like to leave y'all with a go pack go. We'll see y'all next time. I might have to start dropping some what they call that um times when I'll be going live, so y'all could remember, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you guys can know when we go live. I will also be going live on BMac's channel if he needs me to. You know what I'm saying? If he hit me up, hey man, come on my live, then I'll jump on this live. And that goes for the Outlaws as well. Big Nate, Packer fan in Vegas, Higher Point of View, TR, all of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, and I thank y'all for y'all friendship. Shout out to AJ. We ain't gonna forget about you too, AJ, for introducing us all. This wouldn't be possible if AJ didn't introduce us all. So yeah, man, we out. We'll see y'all on the next one, man.